All right. Kick it off with some recognition here. So these are the coaches that are at Success Club 5 for February already. So we got at 5, we got Marie Sardelli, Jill Wagner, Francesca Calhoun, Laura Basile, Jillian Hilperding, and Nick Waltz. At 6, we got Celine Bocardi, Stephanie Ryan, Colleen Jones, Elizabeth Pelvis, Anne-Marie Vickers, and myself. At 7, we got Kylie Winey, Paola Martinez Wagner, Ashley Fell-Dyson, and Kelly Marks. At 8, we got Rachel Briggs and Amy Morgan. At 9, we got Sandra De La Garza. Also at 9, Ralph Schooner. And at 9, Leah Hall. With 11, we got Beth McDonald and Amy Reelman. At 13, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt. And at 18, Caroline Nathan. Okay, so again, for the leadership ladder last month, so for the team builders, these are the coaches that hit team builder and earn $25 towards their GoPro ticket for the GoPro event in November. So we got Robin Davies, George Davies, Beth McDonald, Danielle Hills, Tara Brenner, Brooke Reed, Leah Hall, Mary Beth Darling, Ashley Fell-Dyson, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt, Craig Brenner, Chris Bachlet, Terry Bachlet, Tammy Haiti, Pete Reelman, Sarah Marshall, Kelly Marks, and Nicoletta Sidowitz. For team leaders that earned $50 towards the GoPro event in November, we got Michelle Phillips, Andrea Wallace, Amy Reelman, Beth Reelman, Caroline Nathan, Amy Morgan, and Marie Sardelli, and then myself at organization leader. And then last recognition here, we got the weak leg team volume from last week. Pull that up. Okay, so these are the coaches that hit over 300 team volume points in their weak leg last week. We got Ashley Coyne, Leah Hall, Beth Reelman, Second Business Center, Nancy Nathan, Elle Deal, Craig Schmidt, Maddie Fenton, Suzanne Reyes, Caroline Nathan, Second Business Center, Ann Knapp, Suzanne Bell, Francesca Calhoun, Dan Barecki, Morgan Brakenberry, Danielle Hills, and Ryan Williams. I'm not sure who Ryan Williams is. I got to meet that guy. 500 weak leg team volume. We got Nick Waltz, Nicole Felvey, Beth McDonald, Brooke Reed, Brittany Miller, Dave Yakel, Kelly Marks, Shauna Valenta, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt, Margaret Mackerer, Josh Morgan, Sarah Marshall, Chris Bachlet, Nicoletta Sidowitz, Amy Reelman, Second Business Center, and Pete Reelman in the 1,000 club with over 1,000 team volume points in their weak leg. We got Lauren Kellum, Charles Wallace, Joe Policino, Ashley Fell-Dyson, Wade Kephart, Gage Ecker, Stacy Slade, Marie Sardelli, Caroline Nathan, Terry Bachlet, and Robert Rodriguez with over 3,000 in their weak leg. My Third Business Center, Alyssa Sardelli and Amy Morgan right at 4,000. And then in the 5,000 club, we got Michelle Phillips, Amy Reelman, my Second Business Center, and Andrea Wallace. In the 10,000 club, we got Beth Reelman and myself. So there you go. There's your weak leg team volume recognition. So let me pull this back up. All right, cool. So you guys might know, but I got to go and hang out with Eric Worre for 3 days at his house, which was pretty cool. I think there was 16 of us, and then 2 spouses, so there was 18 altogether. And him and his wife and his personal chef and his personal photographer. So there's about 20 of us. But if you guys don't know who Eric Worre is, basically it'd be like going and hanging out with Mark Zuckerberg if you wanted to learn how to do Facebook ads. You go hang out with Mark at his house for 3 days. That's what it was like to go hang out with Eric Worre. He's the equivalent of Mark Zuckerberg in Facebook. Eric's the equivalent in network marketing. He's like the Michael Jordan of network marketing. So that was one of the coolest things I've done. And I have so many notes and so many things that I'm going to kind of sprinkle, to the team over an extended period of time because there's so many things. But for this call, I just kind of narrowed it down to one thing that I kind of wanted to share. So Eric has been in network marketing for 30 years, and he's seen every company, every comp plan, every network marketing product. He's worked with the top earners from every company. So he's seen it all. And he's kind of narrowed it down to what he calls are the 7 primary outcomes. So if he was someone that was your mentor, what he would be doing is he'd be talking to you about where you're at with these 7 primary things. And then he would talk to you about how to improve those 7 things. So this is one of the things I want to talk about today, where those 7 things, why those 7 things are so important. And then we can maybe talk a little bit about how we're going to improve in those 7 areas, as a team. So I got them written down here. I'll hold this up at the end, but if you guys got pen and paper, I'll read all 7 to you and you can kind of write them down and then we'll talk about each. So I'll let you grab a pen or a pencil, or if you're on your computer. So first thing is, number 1 is a coach earning $1 in their first month. And I'm going to talk about that. So number 1, you can write down a coach earning $1 in their first month. Number 2, super recruiters. Super recruiter is someone who's recruited 10 coaches, 10 business builders. And some of them are probably going to end up quitting, but they've recruited 10 business builders, since they've become a coach. And maybe they don't have 10 at this time, but if they've recruited 10, they're considered a super recruiter. Number 3 is convention tickets. How many people in your downline are at the annual convention? Number 4, number of invites. We'll talk about that. Number 5, core rank. How many people in your downline are at what he calls the core rank, which is kind of like the rank that you could get to in 2 or 3 months. It'd be really hard for a new coach to get to that rank in 2 or 3 months. So for Beachbody, our core rank is diamond. Number 6 is raving fans. And number 7 is presenters. So you guys got that written down? So we're going to start with number 1. So a coach earning $1 in the first month. And this is something that Eric, if he was mentoring you, he would be asking you what percentage of your coaches in your downline are making $1 in their first month as a coach. And over his 30 years of network marketing, these are the stats that he's compiled as to why that's such a big deal, why that's one of his 7 primary things. So let's see if I can pull it up. So if a coach has been a coach for 3 months and they've earned $0, there's a 20% retention rate. If a coach earns $0 in the first few months, 20% chance that they're going to stick around. It's pretty low. If they earn $1 in that first few months, there's a 74% retention rate. So if you can get your coaches and a higher percentage of your coaches to earn at least $1 in that first 30, 60, 90 days, your retention rate is going to go from 20% to 74%. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to up that number. So I got a couple of things I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks and months, but just kind of high level, just to keep it quick on the call. Before I jump to that, I just want to say, that 20% retention rate up to 74% retention rate. Another reason that's such a huge jump is that if you have a 5% increase in retention, your profits are going to increase by 40%. That's another reason why getting your coaches to earn $1 in their first 60 days is so important, because the retention rate goes from 20% to 74%. And just a 5% increase in retention leads to a 40% increase in your profits. Pretty big deal. So how do you get your coaches earning $1 more often in their first 30 to 60 days? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But here's a couple things. You want to get them easy, quick sales. So you want to have them make a list of the 10 easiest people that would buy a challenge pack from them, or at least something. Maybe it's just Energize, something that they make that first dollar, they get that first sale to get that retention rate up from 20% to 74%. So getting them to just create a list of the top 10 people that love them the most, that would be willing to listen to them and do them a favor. And that's it. Like, so family, friends, your insurance guy, financial advisor, people that you do close business with, that, you pay them to do whatever it is, a financial advisor or your insurance guy, and you ask them to do you a favor. That's it. That's one thing. I'm gonna share like the actual script. I actually did share the script over the weekend in all the groups, if you guys didn't see that, but I can share it again. Like a little script on what they can say to those people to get that first dollar, so that you guys can start to increase the retention of your people. And then obviously that's going to increase your profits big time. So that's number one. Coaches earning $1 in their first month. And we're going to be rolling out some more things to kind of help you guys with that. But that's huge. Number two, super recruiters. So what percentage of your coaches in your downline are super recruiters? What percentage of them have recruited 10 plus coaches? So a little stat on why that's so important. If you have 4% or more of your team that's a super recruiter, then you're in what he calls momentum. Your business is growing at a fast pace. If only 3% of your downline are super recruiters, then you're probably staying about the same. And if only 2% of your downline are super recruiters, then you're probably kind of declining. This is like if you're like a big, is someone talking?
Yeah, I was just gonna. When you say 10 people that they've recruited, you mean not discount coaches, right? Like people who actually come in and want to at least work the business a little bit. They're not coming in just to get their Shakeology discounted.
Right. Yeah, business load. And this is like more kind of, high level for people that, have already started to like kind of build a team a little bit. But even for new coaches, it's just kind of something to think about. Obviously, that first one's huge for everybody, whether you're a new coach or been around a while. That second one, is more for if you're not a super recruiter yourself, be a super recruiter. That's the first thing. And then if you have a team, try to help your coaches get more of them into turning into super recruiters. And we're going to talk more about that. One of the other primary outcomes is what he calls the core rank. So for us, that core rank is diamond. So I kind of look at these two outcomes like very similar. How many of if you're not a super recruiter, get there. If you're not a diamond, get there. And then if you are, how are you going to help your team, more of them, get to that super recruiter and that diamond rank? And the answer to that, in my opinion, is what I'm going to start rolling out. And I have like a calendar up. I don't know if you guys can see this over here. I kind of have I wrote out like a 12-month calendar. So we're going to start doing these dash to diamonds again. And I'm going to start reaching out to some of the top coaches in Beachbody. And I'm going to say, hey, I want to do a dash to diamond. And I'm going to find like 5 other coaches that are killing it in Beachbody. And we're going to do a $20 buy-in, and people are going to get into this dash to diamond. And we're going to learn from the top coaches in Beachbody. And then their teams are going to learn from us too. And we're going to start doing these $20 buy-ins, because we did that last year. And that's when like all these coaches popped rank. So if you're not at diamond yet, these dash to diamonds are going to be huge for you. And if you are a diamond, these dash to diamonds are going to be huge for your team, helping them pop more super recruiters and more dash diamonds. So those are kind of two of the primary outcomes. And I kind of look at those as similar. How many diamonds, how many super recruiters? Those are huge. And just that little change in percentage. You go from 3% of your downline super recruiter to 4%. You go from kind of a slow growing business to one that just blows up. So one of the ideas I came up with is that dash to diamonds. But I'm also going to be brainstorming with some of the leaders to come up with some more ideas on how to get our people to make that first dollar faster, and how to help our coaches get to diamond and super recruiter quicker. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you guys get sick of me saying consistent. It's so important that you're consistent, obviously. But if I don't have like a project or something that I'm focused on, I'm not as motivated to run. So if I have like a dash to diamond group or a campaign or a blitz, like I'm more focused. I'm ready to run with this thing, and I'm going to crush it. So we're going to do more of these fun campaigns and blitzes. and Dash to Diamonds, just to like spice it up. It's not like you're going to be doing many things different. It's the same simple vital behaviors that we always do, but it's just fun ways to kind of like get people more motivated to jump in and be more focused, because I know that helps me so much. So more of these little blitzes and campaigns coming, which will be cool. Number 3 is convention tickets. So I already kind of got on the horn and was chatting with in our Team Boom Diamond group. So we got a Facebook group just for the diamonds and above. If you're not a diamond yet, that's another reason to get there. It's a lot of really great stuff. I posted some things in that diamond group the last few days and today that won't be in the Boom fam because they're more for like those diamonds and above. Makes more sense for them. But convention tickets, obviously, if you're a new coach, like the best thing you can do is get to a summit. You know, like I posted earlier today, my first year, the first time they asked me to go summit, I was like, not going to go. I thought of all the reasons I shouldn't, the money to get there. And you know what? There was like something inside me that was like, just go, like do it. There was just something that said, you got to be there. And I went, and when I came back, I was so excited that I got my mom. I came back, I called my mom actually from the airport when I was leaving the event. And I was like, so excited. I don't even remember what I said, but she was like in. Like that was her moment that she was in, because I called her and she could hear the excitement in my voice. She knew how real it was. And that was like, she never turned back from that day on, you know, like, and I think her and my dad were kind of like not really feeling the Beachbody.
Oh, could I share?
Oh yeah, sure.
So here I am at home. We're kind of like half-assing this business, really not getting very far with anyone. And Pete, my husband, Pat's dad, he was crazy about P90. And he had asked everybody he knew, because we did face-to-face inviting, to join him and do like core vitamins, and he about had it. And he was laying on the couch, and Pat calls, and he was so excited. And I like said to Pete, and he's like, I'm done. I'm just done. And I just said, we have a son that called us from the airport and wants us to do this business with him. And I was just fired up, and that was it.
That was it. I'm telling you, like, there's something you try to explain to people how important the events are. You can't. Like, once you get there, you understand what we're talking about. So if you're a new coach, get to the event. If you're a new coach, not only get to the event, but bring as many people as you can. Like all these top people that were at this event I was at, in this small little group at Eric's house, part of their coach enrollment is getting their people to sign up for the annual convention. Like, oh, you're a new coach, let's do the Getting Started Right call. Part of the Getting Started Right call is buy your ticket, sign up for the convention, because they tell them like it's a vital behavior. Like that's part of the sign up. So get there and bring as many people as you can. And for those that are like, you know, up there in rank that have like big downlines, bring 25% of your downline to the event at a minimum, 25%. So look at your downline, see how many you got, and figure out what 25% is. That's like your minimum goal to get there. So Terry, I see you. You got 400 people in your downline. You got to bring 100 people. That's the minimum. All right. Convention tickets. Number 4, number of invites. Obviously that's, you know, the more people that your people are inviting. We talk about that all the time. I got some cool things I'm going to share with you guys like over the next week and next weeks. But one thing that a lot of the people that were at this event, what they do to kind of increase the average amount of invites per person in their downline is they're always running campaigns, you know, like obviously the Dash to Diamond campaign. But what another campaign they do is what is called like 20 no's. They have a campaign where everyone goes for 20 no's every day. And so the rule is you got to get 20 no's. It doesn't matter how many people you talk to that say yes, you got to keep going until you get 20 no's. It's just a rule. Little things like that I'm going to start rolling out, fun campaigns. And these are cool ideas that you guys can kind of start even running with your own teams. You don't have to wait for me to roll these out, but I'm going to start, talking to more of the leaders, some of the leaders, and figuring out some cool blitzes and campaigns. Because like I said, like I get bored too, like with the same things day in, day out. But if you come up with these fun things that you kind of give me an assignment, like I'm like, give me an assignment, I'll do it. Like it's got to be fun. It's got to be like a blitz campaign, and I'm going to run with it. So we're going to come out with more of those things. We talked about core rank. Number 6, raving fan campaign. Like everyone was like talking to me about the raving fan because I was telling them about challenge groups. So everyone at the house, when it came to like the raving fan, I was like, I felt like Beachbody does a better job of that primary outcome than any of the other companies because of our products and because of our challenge groups. So, you know, all these people were hitting me up and they're still like messaging me about like, you know, the challenge group system because they thought it was so cool, because they just sell the products and then the people go off and use them on their own. They loved the challenge group aspect. And so, you know, and Eric thought it was such a great idea too. And he said the only like advice he said with the challenge group campaign is he thought it was great. We're doing one a month, but he said like, you know, don't just call it February challenge group, like make it fun, Valentine's Day, or, you know, get ready for summer challenge groups, things that like make it a little bit different than just, hey, it's the February challenge group. Hey, it's the March challenge group. So different, you know, we kind of do that. I think some of you guys are really great at that. I'm not. I just say, hey, I got my February challenge group starting. But coming up with cool themes, I think a lot of you guys are great at, and we can kind of bounce some ideas off each other. And then number 7 was like, what percentage of the people on your team are comfortable presenting like in front of people? I think a lot of the other companies, they do a lot of like face-to-face. And so, you know, what percentage of your people are comfortable with talking to someone face-to-face, telling them, sharing their story. And I'm going to tell you guys how to share your story in 2 minutes. So what percentage of your people are comfortable with that? And then just asking people to, you know, watch a video, and that's it. Share your story. I'll show you the 4-step how to share your story. I'm going to do that next. And then, you know, getting them to watch a video or a video about maybe the business opportunity, or a video about one of the products that's your favorite. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the 4-step kind of telling your story. I made a video about this. I'm sure you guys have seen it a while back. But so 4 steps to telling your story. And this is like, he said, the teams that have the best culture for telling their story, like the teams that have this built so deep into their culture are the ones that are just killing it. So getting comfortable with telling your story and getting your coaches comfortable with this 4-step storytelling, and then just pointing them to a video and saying, if I gave you a video to watch, would you watch it? If I, would you? Instead of saying, would you watch this, say, if I, would you? I posted about that in the group too. Psychologically, humans, like if someone is gonna do something for you, then they're gonna reply in a positive way. So if I did something, would you do something? Then they're more likely to say yes. If you just say, would you watch this? They're like, you know, it's not as likely. But if you just say, if I gave you a video to watch, would you watch it? If I sent you some questions to answer, would you answer them? Just adding that little if I, would you, huge. Okay. So here's the 4 steps on kind of sharing your story. Number 1, kind of your background, you know, like who you are, where you're from, family, kids, what you did for work, maybe what you went to school for, if you're an athlete, what you played, kind of thing. Just a little background. And then number 2 is the most important. What you didn't like about it. What you didn't like about your life before Beachbody. It doesn't have to be anything like crazy. Some people like, I mean, the more pain there is, like the more that you didn't love it, the more people are going to connect and relate to you. And that could just be, I mean, people are just so bored with life, you know, they're just kind of going through the motions. Like just sharing that alone, like I was just so bored. Like I'd get up and it was the same thing every day and there was no excitement in my life, you know, like just whatever it is for you, whatever that pain was, that's the most important thing. That's where you're going to connect. So get comfortable with just quickly in 30 seconds, your background, 30 seconds, what you didn't like about it. And then 30 seconds, the solution you found. to that pain, whatever it was you didn't like, is number 3. And then number 4, your why and how you feel about your future. So 30 seconds for each. And practice this, like make a video or go Facebook Live and share that, like 2 minutes. You know, like don't go on for 10 minutes, like 2 minutes. Share your story. And I'm going to do a campaign, and I got this written down. I don't know exactly when, it's going to be soon, but I'm going to do a campaign where everyone on the team, like, you know, shares that 2-minute story on their Facebook. And I'm going to give out prizes to the people that get the most interaction on those videos. So that'll be pretty cool. But that's all these top coaches that are doing really, really well. Their teams, they're part of their culture is the storytelling. Their teams are just so good at it. 2 minutes. They feel so comfortable because they do it so often that it's just so easy to tell someone their story in line at a grocery store or their Uber driver or whatever it is. This is my background. Here's what I didn't like. Here's the solution. This is my why. This is why I'm excited about it. Cool. So that is that. Any questions about those 7 things? Any questions about why those are important, or any ideas or questions about how to improve those things? That was 30 minutes. Boom. Perfect.
Pat, on number 6, rank advance, did you talk about that, or you kind of were talking about the challenge groups that everybody got excited about at Eric's?
Number 1, coaches earning at least their $1 in that first month or 2. Number 2, the super recruiters. Number 3, convention tickets. Number 4, number of invites. Number 5, number of invites and number of presentations. Excuse me. Number 4 is number of invites / number of how many times you're telling your story, and how many times you're having someone watch a video about your product or about the business. So that's not just number of invites. It's how many times you're telling your story, how many times you're inviting to a challenge group, how many times you're inviting to watch a video, is number 4. Number 5 is the core rank campaign. So for us, it would be that diamond would be our core rank. Let me just read real quick what I got here for that. Core rank, dash a diamond. Yep. All right. So that's number 5, the core rank. And for me, like the core rank and the super recruiter, I feel like a diamond is a super recruiter for us. Like they're kind of the same. So I kind of think that those 2 are the same primary outcome. And if you guys have ideas on how to help yourself and help other people get to that diamond and that super recruiter faster, I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but I think that dash to diamond is going to be obviously helpful. I think all these things here are going to be helpful with helping people get to diamond faster. And then number 6 is the raving fan campaign. So we're doing raving fan campaigns every month because we're running a challenge group every month. But I mean, the free groups are a great way to create raving fans. You know, the challenge group sneak peeks are a great way to start to create raving fans. Obviously, challenge groups are the best way. But coming up with like fun, so it's not the same thing every month. You know what I mean? And then number 7 is, you know, how many people on your team are comfortable with telling their story face to face. Those are the outcomes. Any questions, comments? I got like a ton of other things, but I just want to stick with that for today. What do you think, Amy?
It was good. I think that, yeah, I like the 10 business builder thing. And you have to take into that consideration, like people who actually come in working the business versus discount.
I got another thing for the super recruiter and for the that core rank Eric he gave me access to a training that's like kind of a 20 and 30, he calls it. And I don't know if you guys saw, one of the people that was there was this Australian girl. She's 35 years old, has 3 kids. She's been doing this for like 3 years, made over 400,000 last year. And she said that her business every year, it's because of, she does a 6-week kind of like a blitz, a 6 weeks blitz all out. Like they just go nuts for 6 weeks and they recruit like 20 coaches in 30 days. So, and it's funny, like they all said the same thing. They do their little things each day, you know, those little consistent vital behaviors, but then like once a quarter or once every 6 months, they do these like insane blitzes where it's like all out craziness for like 30 days or for 6 weeks. And they're just like laser focused. And that's when their businesses just like explode. They double their income from those little 6-week blasts. So obviously those aren't for everybody, but I'm going to do one. I got it on my calendar here for May to kind of do like a 20 and 30 kind of thing. So that'll be cool. And then also like he kind of, in this, he made me think of something. He said like with these, when you're doing like a mass, like a blitz for 6 weeks or for 30 days kind of thing, and you're bringing in a bunch of people all at the same time because you're like so fired up and excited and getting them all in at the same time, it creates like a camaraderie within those people that are all kind of starting at the same time. And they feel real comfortable. They're getting trained together. They're learning together. And he calls it like the class of 2017. So like he's not just bringing in the same amount of people every month. It's slow. And then like mass 1 month, he just goes nuts and brings in 20 people. And then he kind of trains them all together and creates this camaraderie together. And that made me think of the beginning of 2013. Like there was like 3 of us, 3 coaches, and we went like kind of nuts, like towards the beginning of 2013 and brought in like probably, I don't know, like 50 people between like the 3 or 5 of us. And that's like still the core of Team Boom. Like those people that came in during that 3-month period, that first kind of 6 months, they're so tight now, and they're the ones that are staying with this thing, killing it. So I'm going to be doing things like that, like coming up this year in the next like month or 2, where it's like, who wants to run? Like who wants to go nuts with this thing and kind of have like an end in sight, like a start and an end where we just go crazy for like 30 days. I think I'm just going to be more focused when I have things like that. I'm like very task oriented, project oriented, instead of the same to-do list every day. I think that'll be a lot of fun. What else can I share with you guys without overwhelming you? Oh, okay. This was kind of cool. I think a lot of times people don't really know how to explain what we do. Like they're not really sure how to explain what network marketing is. So he kind of breaks it down and there's really 3 things we do. So anytime like someone asks you what you do, you can say, well, there's 3 things. Number 1, we sell a product or service and we support people with those products So number 1, we sell a product or service and we support people, with those products. Number 2, we grow and expand a network that are doing the same thing. We grow and expand a network that are doing the same thing. And number 3, we increase and improve the productivity of that network with leadership, training, and systems. So what is network marketing? 3 things. 1, we sell a product or service. 2, we grow and expand a network of people that are doing the same thing. 3, we increase and improve the productivity of that network through leadership, training, and systems. Cool. All right. that's all I kind of wanted to share for today.
Yeah. Do you have that paragraph of that quick invite that you'd have a new coach give to the 10 people they love?
Yeah. One sec.
I saw it someplace and I just can't find it, so I heard you mention it.
Facebook's not working, but I'll comment on it after this and push it to the top, and I'll make a file in the Boom Fam just so it's like saved in there. I don't know why it's spinning. Does anybody have any questions or any like ideas that kind of popped up as we were talking about that stuff?
I love the idea of the your calendar that you're going to have, the 12-month calendar, just so that you see the whole year. I don't know exactly what you have on there, but I like the idea of having, instead of just focusing for the year.
Yeah, so I kind of have like the monthly things, like Coach Basics, training, the Push to Emerald training, kind of the Dash to Diamond. Those are like those monthly trainings that people get plugged into. Challenge groups with like those challenge group blitzes, 5-day free groups. So, but then like for March, I got the 1st through the 4th, the Women's GoPro. And then right after that, going to do like a 6-week kind of Dash to Diamond. And then what else we got? I kind of got it all booked. Like I'm going to do a bunch of one-on-one calls with the people that are in the Dash to Diamond that are like doing well with that. I'll do a bunch of like 20-minute one-on-one calls with people that are in there, and 20-minute one-on-ones with like the leaders that want to chat. I think you guys
will you put in like your 20 no's campaign and all that in there so that like, or are you going to, so that we'll all know when that is, or how's that going to work?
Yeah, like mine is going to be, I'm looking at May to do my like go for no thing, my 20 and 30 class of 20.
And when you say is it the whole Team Boom or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell people about it in advance, like I'm well in advance, and then kind of see who wants to do it with me. Okay. Yeah, I'll be talking a lot about like the different campaigns and blitzes and stuff. And then like you guys that have like your own teams, like things like that'll be cool to kind of do in a little smaller group too.
Right.
But one thing that a lot of these guys do is a lot of like one-on-one calls within their downline. Like you guys that have big teams, setting up little 20-minute one-on-ones with people that want to talk to you, even if they're new. I think it's really beneficial to get on a call with someone for 20 minutes just to kind of talk with them and ask them, what their why is, what motivated them to become a coach, and they get to talk to not just their coach that signed them up, but some of the leaders on the team. They all they all block off a lot of time to do that. Any more questions on that? Ooh, we got some stuff in the chat. I didn't even see that.
I have a question, Patrick. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait, so do you have any of those little blitzes or anything going on for the rest of February or maybe beginning of March?
For blitzes, I'm just gonna do for me, like I'm not really gonna do a blitz right now. I think I'm gonna do just like a normal challenge group that starts in March, kind of like the first or second Monday in March. So I'm gonna be that'll be my blitz for now. Like just trying to come up with a cool name for that, and then just going all out to invite people to join that.
Okay. I know some other coaches have had some success in getting people to join challenge groups and stuff later, but they start with jumping in something like a free group. So I didn't know if we did like, even if it's only like 2 weeks or something, like, I don't know, we need to brainstorm some kind of little challenge or something. But I have a calendar marker board posted in my gym where I train my clients, and they really like that. And they're always checking it out and trying to like get involved and ask questions about what I have up there. But like right now, all I have is my challenge group up there. So I'm just kind of looking for more ideas of things to get them involved in it.
Yeah. I think the more you guys lay out kind of what you want your schedule to look like, as far as like when you want a free group to start, when you want a challenge group to start each month throughout the whole year, maybe not the whole year, but at least the next 90 days, get all like detailed on, all right, for the next 90 days, I'm going to have a free group start here, here, and here. I'm going to have a challenge group start here, here, and here. I'm going to have a coach sneak peek start here, here, and here. So then you have all these like deadlines for yourself. So you're not like trying to figure out when you're going to start. Like it's all laid out for the next 90 days. And then when you're talking to people about it, they know what the deadline is too. So they're not waffling back and forth. It's like, here's the deadline. It starts, here's the deadline. You got to order by, and you're in or you're out. It makes you focus, and it gives them more focus too. So the next 90 days for sure, like lay that out. Were you going to say something, Emily? Anything else? Would you recommend we do our own Dash to Diamond or all of the Team Boom? We kind of treat the Dash to Diamond as blitzes too. I think those blitzes things are awesome. The Team Cup is keeping me super focused and consistent. I mean, yeah, Beachbody does a pretty good job with the blitzes too, you know, like the Team Cup. It's not like Beachbody's telling you to do anything different. It's just a blitz that's giving you more focus and more like excitement to do the same things, but more of the same things kind of. And we're going to come up with some cool things to do too. But would you recommend we do our own Dash to Diamond? I mean, that's up to you if you want to do your own Dash to Diamond. Like, I think it'd be fun to do one kind of all together, and then bring in some like other top coaches in Beachbody to do it with us. Like we did that I think once last year, and like once the year before, and after that, it's just. After we did that Dash to Diamond, I just remember everyone's like income just kind of like blew up. So it was cool, and it was really cool having a lot of these other top coaches. So it wasn't like all of the Team Boom leaders saying the same things over and over. It was other coaches from other teams saying the same things we always say, but you guys listen to them because it was someone new. But it was the same stuff. I shouldn't say that. There was some definitely a little bit different, but it's just fresh to have like bring in some top coaches from other teams and do Dash to Diamonds like that.
Did you have a time frame for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Dash to Diamond April 6th, or excuse me, March 6th.
Oh, March 6th. All right.
March 6th through April 15th. If it's 6 weeks, it's gonna be March 6th through April 15th.
So you got to get people in there and pay $20.
Yep.
Okay.
So I already messaged. I'm messaging like a couple coaches that I would love for them to do it with us. Be good. But yeah, so the women's event in Vegas is March 2nd through the 4th, and then that next Monday is March 6th. So the first Monday of March is March 6th. Is when it would start. And so anybody that's not a diamond, get in there, pay $20. Anyone that is a diamond, get in there and support your people and help them get to diamond. And we'll get some.
Last time we did it, we actually, if you ranked, like went up a star, ranked yourself, you could put money in.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Like
because you could have your coach in there trying to help them get to diamond, which ranks you.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that same thing.
That makes it a little more fun for the Star Diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah. So March 6th. But yeah, we'll kind of, it'll be the similar kind of thing, $20 buy-in. And then whoever hits diamond, or if you have someone that hits diamond, you get to split the pool with those people. I think people that did it like made a lot of money, pretty good money from what I remember. But if any of you guys like have recommendations of like who you think would be good to reach out to about doing a dash to diamond with us, like some top coaches that you guys love, let me know. I got a few in mind now. I think will be good. March 6th. It's public. We're doing it.
Hey, Pat, did he, for the nose challenge, love the idea of that? Because we kind of have like in our group, we have like accountability. How many invites did you do? But how many no's is so much better than how many invites did you do? Is there a way to like, did he mention a way to like keep track of that, or to like show your nose, or is it more just like, all right, you're literally just counting your nose, like I got 20 no's?
I think he didn't say exactly how, but I would think like have them write down the 20 people's names and take a picture of it and post it like on your thread. It'd be kind of good, just to kind of make sure that, you know, that they have the list of the 20 names that said no that day. I think that'd be cool. I mean, I don't know, like when I like the cardio workouts like Core to Force, because you're doing cardio and it tricks your brain. Like you don't realize you're doing cardio because you're focused on like the hand-eye coordination stuff, and you push yourself a lot harder. This is the same thing with these blitzes, like the go for no, the dash to diamond, you know, these little things that we do. It just pushes you to just go harder versus, you know, it's the same little things you're doing, but sometimes it gets mundane to be doing the exact same cardio every day. If you switch it up, you're doing some things that make you think a little differently, and you get more excited, you have more energy, you get more done. So I'm excited for it, because I'm not the best at like the daily to-do list, the same thing every day. Like I like campaigns and dash to diamonds and go for no blitzes and that kind of stuff. Definitely going to do something. I'm thinking of doing another dash to diamond I got here on my calendar, the 6 weeks leading up to Summit. So that would start on June 5th. So I'm thinking like one dash to diamond each quarter. So the first one's going to be March 6th. Second one would be June 5th. I think that'll lead right into Summit. And then we'll do something, you know, some kind of campaign blitz thing like after Summit, obviously too. But I think a dash to diamond kind of leading into Summit would be good, starting on June 5th. That's all I got there. Oh, and Super Saturdays, April 8th. I got that on there. I mean, obviously, you know, doing some fun things to get your people to, you know, to Super Saturdays huge. Get as many of your you know, if you're people that live local to you, bring them with you. Like, do whatever you can. Make them mark off that date today, so that there's nothing that kind of gets in the way of that. And then same, like reach out to all your coaches and tell them to kind of mark that calendar down and tell them to bring their people to the March 8th Super Saturday.
March or April?
Excuse me, April 8th. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. On my calendar, I got March 6th, Dash to Diamonds. I got April 8th, Super Saturday. And then May 1st, which is right after Punta Cana, is when I'm going 20 and 30. I'm going nuts in May. And I'm going to bring in, my goal is to bring in 20 during the month of May. It'll be fun. But, you know, it's not like for everybody. Like, I think it'd just be, you know, if you bring in 5 in May, it would be cool. But, and then I'm going to try to get them all to come to Summit. Hopefully the tickets aren't sold out. And also then after that big May push, then I'll we'll roll that right into the Dash to Diamond that starts on June 5th. I don't know. I might even go nuts in April. We'll see. Before Punta Cana. All right. Anything else? Nope. All right, team. Good call. Let's get a little boom on 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Later, guys.